Hello everyone, I'm JoltKing627 and welcome to the Lego Train Retrospective. To kick off this series, let's go ahead and take a look at the set that started it all for me. Set 7939, one of many simply called Cargo Train. I received this 839-piece set when I was only 6 years old for Christmas. It was my first exposure to the Lego Train track system as well as Lego motors, and for that it will always hold a special place in my heart. When the set released in 2010 alongside its accompanying passenger train, it marked the first use of what will become the standard power system for years to come. The Power Functions battery box with AAA batteries, the IR receiver, and the Power Functions train motor. The receiver and controller were not new, they had been advertised the previous year for motorizing the Emerald Knight, but the motor and battery box were new, and in fact, according to Bricklink, would not be available for separate purchase until the following year. The use of the AAA battery pack in this case makes sense, as the previously available rechargeable pack would have driven up the retail price significantly. In total, the set includes a double-ended European-style yellow locomotive, a flat car with removable automobile load, a 2-axle Octane tanker car, a second flat car with a removable intermodal container, a semi-truck with a half-size intermodal container, a crane, remote control, 4 minifigures to populate the set, 16 curves, 8 straights, a pair of switches, and 16 flexible tracks, all coming together for a pretty reasonably sized setup. This is the track plan that the box suggests you make, but there's enough track included that you can come up with multiple different layouts. Besides motorization, the main play feature of this set is that the crane's working winch can be used to unload and load the train and semi-truck. The intermodal containers are compatible between the flat car and the semi-truck, and the cars are fully independent vehicles. I will note that in my experience, the cars have a tendency to fly off the flatbed while the train is moving, so I have gone ahead and used a little bit of blue tack to help secure them down. Overall, this set plays very well and gave me a lot of fond memories as a child. That being said, how would I rate it? In terms of realism and aesthetics, I give this set a 7 out of 10. I couldn't tell you what, if any, real-life basis this set has, but it is at least pretty aesthetically pleasing, with the exception of the automobile flat car, which, in my opinion, looks a little bit unfinished. I think the only part that personally annoys me is on top of the locomotive, where you can peer down into the locomotive and see all of the wires, which admittedly you don't see from most angles. For included track, I give it an 8 out of 10. I'm not a fan of the flexible tracks, and I think a few extra straights would have been a better inclusion, but it's still a decent-sized loop that will serve you well. For motorization, it gets an automatic 10 out of 10 for including a complete power function setup, everything you need to get started aside from batteries. For minifigure and accessory quality, I give it a 9 out of 10. In fact, the only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because of some durability issues with the crane, which brings us to build experience and quality. I give it only 7 out of 10 for that, for a couple of reasons. In terms of build quality, most of the builds are rather sturdy. However, the crane in particular has a lot of pieces that like to fall off when put in any kind of storage, most notably that top antenna, which I usually have to go look at the instructions to see where it even went. The automobiles flying off of the train were also a little bit frustrating. For build experience, most of it goes pretty well, except for, again, the crane, where the string has to be tied between multiple pieces, and it's kind of annoying to tie it. The other thing would be the sheer number of stickers, of which there are many, with a few being in places that are kind of hard to align, especially the tank car. Altogether, that gives it a respectable grade of 82%. As a kid, I always enjoyed this set, and I still do to this very day. But that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think of this set in the comment section down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching.